Early voting starts on Monday. This is the second time this year voters will be able to fill out their ballots before Election Day. News 19's Zoe Henry explains what you need to know about early voting.
For the second time in South Carolina election history, anyone in the state can vote early without an excuse. Early voting starts on Monday ahead of next month's general election. This comes after legislation passed in May. In addition, there are other ways to cast your vote.
Actually already voted, did mail-in. I travel a good bit, so just didn't want to miss it due to a trip or something like that.
Avery Klein says he never misses an election. Voting is also important to Irish Plemons, who plans to vote in person on November 8th.
Well, it's just easiest for me to go on that day. My work gives us extra time to go and vote.
There are the pros and cons for each method, but Lawson Estridge says he's still narrowing down his options.
Being a student in South Carolina and being a resident of Columbia, they'll give us the day off, so I'm probably just going to do normal voting.
If you plan to early vote, the South Carolina Election Commission says there are a few things you need to know.
It works just like voting at your polling place on Election Day. You bring your photo ID and you go check in to vote at an early voting center.
When heading to the polls, what you wear is also something to consider.
The best way to do it is by visiting our website, scvotes.gov, and you'll see on the early voting page that there is a list of early voting centers by county.
And you can't just show up anywhere. You must vote in the county you are registered at a designated early voting site.
What to wear is just make sure you're not wearing anything that's supporting a candidate that's on the ballot or a particular political party. You want to sort of not, unintentionally intimidate a voter.
Early voting ends on Saturday, November 5th. Early voting centers will be open from 8:30 a.m. until 6 p.m. In Columbia, Zoe Henry, News 19, WLTX.
Well, for all the information you need to know to vote in the midterm elections, including which locations will be open for early voting in your county, and to see your sample ballot, just text the word VOTE to 803-776-9508. Text that number. Don't call that number, and we'll send you our voting guide straight to your phone. Again, text 803-776-9508. Text the word VOTE.